What's up, everybody? It is Tuesday, the 17th of January, 2017. 3:13 in the afternoon. Yes, I gotta adjust this clock. I just really don't care. Yes, I need to dust the table. I know. Well, actually, I don't know which table you mean. If you mean this is a speaker. This is a table, but not that dusty. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Anyways, it is 21 degrees inside. You're damn right it is. It's warm. It's 0 degrees outside. But 4 kilometer an hour wind with a wind chill of +2. Interesting. Usually the wind chill is a chill, not a... Usually it has a minus in front of the 2, but there is a freeze alert. Weather's beautiful today. Nice sunny day. Puppy dog with the kitty cat. Look at this. Look at this. They're hanging out together. They don't even like each other, but they'll stay together for sun. So she's like, oh, I'll leave then. They don't like getting caught together. But, so I thought I would go over my drone a little bit more with you, since I didn't do a really thorough analysis of it. So, like I said before, it's a Quadrone tracer cam, which is the same as the Bojang tracker. It's basically the exact same quad from what I can tell. The only thing is it was made by different people. So I guess this is like a different run. Obviously it's going to be from the same manufacturer ultimately, but somebody's selling them. These guys are called DGL Toys. The other guys were again Bojang. Actually DGL Toys. This is actually an AWW Industries quadcopter if you look it up. If I'm looking for parts, that's the kind of parts I can find. I can't find parts for Quadrone tracer, and I can't find the parts for the Bojang tracker, but I can find AWW Industries parts. It's confusing as that is. It's obviously just a reman, not a reman, but a repackaging, and you know, it's the same drone, only different. Anyways, so what comes all with it? Obviously the drone. It actually came with all 4 prop guards still on it. I broke one so far, but I think I'll get another one. I tried to glue it, but the crazy glue wouldn't take, oddly enough. My props are a little beat up from flying, but not too bad yet. I haven't destroyed her yet. My landing gear took a little bit of a beating. That wasn't attached. I had to put 4 screws in to hold that in place. Of course, my dog is chewing on something because I'm making a video. This is a camera. It came on the quadcopter. It's on the bottom of it, just slides on there, a little 3-wire one. Only problem is this, if you hadn't heard me before mention, this is a 0.3 megapixel. Yeah, that's like 340 by 680 or 380 by 640, whatever the resolution is. It's shite. It's shit. It sucks. I mean, it's better than nothing. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I do like it, but I would like it a lot better when I get the 720p camera for it, which I'm gonna order one here shortly, maybe tonight or tomorrow actually. They look to be, they're for a different quadcopter, but they should fit. They're close enough anyways. The big thing is the weight, keep it nice and light, and powered by these 3 wires. Well, one wire, the black and red wires are your power, and then the blue wire just triggers whether you want a video or a picture. Anyways, it came with a card reader. There's actually a plastic cap for this end, but I don't care. 2 gig card. I won't pop it out right now. Came with a manual that tells you a whole bunch of shit that ain't necessarily true. Like, this is an HD camera, which it isn't. And it even says it's a tracker at one point. That's one of the reasons I found out it was a tracker. This was some of the crazy glue I tried to stick on. That's a rapid fix, but I think I got a dud batch or something. This really sucks. This rapid fix. Like, I've had some other stuff that worked a lot better than this, but and it's $27 fucking. That's another thing. But anyways, so yeah, the manual. It's English and French. Most of you guys will never see this probably because this was sold at Giant Tiger. Now, I don't know where else they might sell it, but so far that's the only place I've seen sell it. Came with a nice little screwdriver for changing your props and whatnot. Kind of a specialty, I don't know, yeah. See, it's kind of blunt nose for a small guy. Then you got this, whatchamajigger, USB charging cable for the battery. That's the end for the battery. Just plug that into the battery and give her a half hour or so and she'll charge up. And unlike the Bojang tracker, the Quadrone tracer comes with 4 props, not 2, which is a bonus. More is better. It also has a little cap. I'm trying to see it for you guys through the bag, but kind of hard to see through. There it is, right there. That's one of these guys, one of these caps. So that's kind of nice of them to send you an extra one of them. Mind you, I wish they would have sent you some extra prop guards. Because obviously that's what you're going to break first before the props. And or the landing gear, which is very springy. Quite a few hard landings I've had. The quad will land and flip itself over almost every time. It bounces upside down. But I don't really know a hell of a lot about these, obviously. But I enjoyed this one. I've had a lot of fun so far flying it. It's got lights all on the top, red in the back, green in the front, which I like. A lot of them are backwards, which I don't like. That's actually a blue light, though it has a green lens. Well, like an LED. That's where the camera goes, as well as the battery. As you can see, the landing gear just clips on with them 4 screws. If your drone has a plug-in like this, mind you, this one says video, but if it has a plug-in like this, it's most likely a camera drone. It might not be labeled as one, it might not be marketed as one, but most likely it is. I've watched a lot of videos lately on these things, and there's a lot of them that are kind of cheaply done. This is just the battery. It's a 3.7 lithium polymer battery, or a LiPo battery as a lot of people call them. It's, what is it, 550 or 500 milliamps, or milliamp hours. It doesn't matter. Regardless, that battery doesn't tend to last the longest. It takes, like I said, at least half hour to charge. You're lucky to get about 7 minutes out of it. That's one of the reasons I don't have the camera on it right now. Without the camera on it, it runs a little better. If I was better at flying, I'd take the prop guards off and probably even the landing gear, because, you know, it's going to give you another 30 seconds to a minute of flight time. But I'm not that good, and I crash it a lot, so needless to say, I'm not going to do that. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you enjoy the drone. If you're into these, let me know. I'm a noob into it, that's for sure, but I'm liking the idea. I like the hobby. I've always been into flying, but I find a lot of the hobby flying is either way too expensive or just not worth it. Like a lot of the planes are just junk. At least they were back in the day, as well as like the new helicopters they were selling about 10 years ago, even 8 years ago, 6 years ago. They were junk too. But this thing, though it's high quality junk, it's still not the, you know, it's from Guangdong, China, you know. You can't expect the most out of it, but for the price, it's great. And actually, I'm very glad I got this one before an expensive one. I know, Krusty, you had mentioned you picked up, I think, a Phantom 3, I think you said. Or, anyways, a Phantom. Which ain't a bad quadcopter by any means, but, you know, she's pricey. It's like $500 or $600 plus. So, you know, though there's nothing wrong with that, unless you know how to fly it first, you're setting yourself up for a lot of money, to piss out a lot of money. Like this thing, I've crashed this, I don't know, 100 times already. Luckily, it's only taken minor damage, but I've mostly been inside. I know you're not supposed to fly inside much, but it's winter time out there, and it's always frickin' windy. And if you get one of these, you're thinking about getting one of these, wind is very important. See that little bit of wind? That's way too much for this thing. Maybe if this was like a Phantom or something else, it could actually handle this kind of wind, because it's not GPS, but because this isn't GPS, it doesn't handle wind worth shit. Anyways, guys, I just realized this has been about 10 minutes. This is on my lunchtime. I really don't have a lot of time to do stuff today, so I hope you enjoyed the video. If you're into these things, again, let me know. I always like to hear other people's opinions. If you happen to have a Quadrone tracer, I'd love to hear it. I seem to be the only one I've ever found that has one. Even if you have the Bojang tracker, I'd love to hear or see. I'd actually love to find the Bojang tracker top cover because it's orange, and I find it's a lot easier to see. Anyways, guys, thanks a lot. Peace.